Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. If you've had to deal with a narcissistic personality, this reading will be for you. I am going to look at each one of the zodiac signs per element, so it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, and in particular Venus sign. For a person you may have to deal with, or a person who you dealt with who was a narcissist. So we're going to look at it per zodiac sign. Don't forget that each one of us have a bit of a narcissistic tendency because it's about the ego and putting yourself first. I look at a narcissist as someone who's really taken it to the next level in terms of their exaggerated ability to exploit others who they supposedly love and care for. So I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope that you can take something away from it that might be helpful in helping you to cope with or manage your narcissistic or the narcissist in your life. So thank you and enjoy the readings. Bye-bye. This is the karmic energy of those of you who are dealing with a narcissistic Taurus. I don't know how those got in there. Narcissistic Taurus. Confusion. Narcissistic Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What's the karmic energy dealing with the narcissistic Taurus right now? What is it? We have Pythia. It's a card of the oracles. Sun glare is terrible. We have Stock. This is like a gossips, people keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with what other people are into and what they're doing. And we have Sadness and Mourning. Have a look at this. This is an interesting karmic energy and cycle here for the Taurus narcissistic Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus personality. So I feel like a lot of you who could have been or are dealing with a Taurus who feels or projects themselves like a bit of a know-it-all. And it can be that they have captured you in that way, that they do seem to have, I don't know, they seem to be this type of personality who can, what do they call it, convince people to do what they want. They're very convincing, or charismatic is the word that I'm looking for, very charismatic. But in the end, they haven't been able to follow through. They can talk a lot better than they actually can do things. This is if you're dealing with a narcissistic Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Their talk is much better than their follow through or their game. And this is becoming quite clear that they haven't been able to follow through on what they promised. And I feel like they're feeling a bit vulnerable right now because of this, because it's clear that we have the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck here. It could be that even the promises that they made, they knew they couldn't follow through with, and it's very clear to the other people in their lives right now. Yeah. So let's see what else is going on for the Taurus narcissistic Sun, Moon, Rising person. We're going to assume that you still have feelings for them, or a person that you can't get away from. They can be a family member, kids, husband, wife, doesn't matter. It seems like you're stuck with them, but you know that they're a narcissist. Let's go ahead and take both. We have Major Arcana, the Emperor, and we have the Four of Cups. We have the Six of Cups, and we have the King of Wands. I feel like a lot of you can have had a relationship with a Taurus who has been older than you. You can feel like they have taken advantage of you, taken advantage of your youth. You may have met them when you were younger. It can be this dynamic. Yeah, they have taken on a more senior role because they have more experience than you. And somehow you took on their experiences as yours. And you didn't really get a chance to take on your own experience or make your own choices or make your own perception of things. But you're seeing that now. And this can also be in a way what we mentioned earlier, like there with the Six of Cups here, like their partner in some way is growing up or maturing. Doesn't necessarily have to be that they are much younger than them, but I feel like their partner is growing up and maturing and starting to formulate their own opinions and ideas. And this is even the Taurus narcissistic personality feeling vulnerable again. So let's see what else you can do about this if you're still having to cope with or be in any kind of a relationship. This can also be a boss or employee with a narcissistic personality. Okay, we have the six of swords, and we have the major arcana, the high priestess. Yeah, because a vulnerable narcissistic Taurus may be trying to convince who's ever in their life to give up something, even a place in life or a location, which causes that person to be empowered to follow them or go with them, or to give it up, to put themselves back in that power position, especially with this major arcana, the emperor. But with this high priestess here, the person who they're trying to convince ought to know better or should know better. Or I feel like they know what the Taurus is up to. Like they're not going to give up this elevation, or they're not going to give up this opportunity for the Taurus. But I feel like the Taurus narcissistic personality is trying to convince someone to follow them, to give up stability for them, to give up some kind of stability, especially with the King of Wands here. Give up a stable position, a stable job, give up some type of opportunity or offer so that they can stay in power. Again, I feel like it's someone more junior to them who's growing up and getting their own ideas, or it doesn't have to be growing up. It can be a person who's just gaining new experiences and getting, with the high priestess here, their own ideas and perceptions about life. So the Taurus narcissistic personality is losing control, or feels like they're losing control. So, you know, the narcissistic personality can become very dangerous when they're like that, guys. And we're not doing this for psychotic, narcissistic type personalities. If you feel like you're in danger, please get help. We have the high priest. It's the same card. This is the top. We have the Six of Pentacles. And we have the Prince of Cups. So this is a repetition here. So I feel like Taurus is in a situation karmically where they may have been in a power position or had a great deal of control over others in their life. We have 3 sixes here, by the way. We have the Six of Cups, we have the Six of Swords, and now we have the Six of Pentacles. And someone, again, could have been very reliant on them, but I feel like could have been financially, but it feels like more for information, for how they formulated their ideas about the world or the world around them. So the Taurus was very much in control and very much in command with this major arcana, the Emperor, of this person, because the person just, somehow they didn't get a lot of the input. But now I feel like things are changing. And again, the Taurus narcissistic personality with the Prince of Cups here can be trying to convince the person to give up something, to follow them and to come with them. But I feel like the person knows better. Like, I don't say the Taurus has nothing to offer. I just feel like the person wants to see the world for themselves. They don't want to, with the Four of Cups, they don't want to take the advice or information from the Taurus anymore. They want to go to find their own way. They want to make their own experiences. They want to formulate their own ideas. So let's see kind of what the final move is. And then we're going to pull one of the good tarots and read it, guys. I hope you're enjoying the reading. If you are, hit the thumbs up. Make a comment if you have any questions, because these are odd readings, I can tell you. So we have the King of Wands again. It's really interesting. Someone is building up power, and I feel like the Taurus narcissistic personality is trying to come at them head on. They want to stay in that power position. They don't want to give up their power in this relationship dynamic here. Let's finish up with that out. I'm going to pull two more to see. Stand in your power is what I'm getting. We have the Ace of Wands. Or show them that they have to share the power and control. And we have the Magician, Major Arcana, the Magician. So I would say if you're having to deal with a narcissistic Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, the more powerful you can exhibit yourself in terms of your ideals, your desires with this Major Arcana, with the Major Arcana, the Magician, and with the Ace of Wands and with the King of Wands, the more that you can show that you're not going to back down from your ideas, you're not going to back down from this opportunity, that you have your own ideas. You could even say that you don't believe what they tell you anymore, or they can have their views. This could be about religion, this could be about how to raise the kids or whatever. I feel like the more you do this, the more they will back down in a way. So again, this is assuming in a way that you're dealing with a narcissist who you're not leaving, or who you can't get away from, or who's bound to you. Let's go ahead and pull one of these and read it. We have the Seven of Air. Let me show that to you. Look how beautiful that card is. That's one of my favorite ones. This is typically the Seven of Swords, and I think we had the Seven of Swords at the beginning of the reading, which is interesting. I'm not sure, but I thought the Seven of Swords was somehow there at the very beginning of this reading. So let me go ahead and read that to you. It says, independence, nonconformity, living life on one's own terms without people pleasing. Now is the time for me to live life on my own terms, so I must find the courage to reject conformity. Listening to my yearning for independence is key to breaking free of groupthink and attending to my own needs. Diplomacy with others can help me to be true to my call to do what I know I must do for myself. You guys, I think that perfectly suits the reading. We're going to go ahead and leave it there. Again, if you liked the reading, hit the thumbs up. I hope you did enjoy it. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I read all of them. And I wish you guys a great December. Bye-bye.